and welcome to Education Telescope on Leadership, where we dive into all things education. I'm your host, Zulehat Chata, and today we are going to explore the role of technology in education and how AI can be harnessed for the future of learning. And on the show today, I have our distinguished guest, Professor James Akojo. He's a lecturer with Federal University Mina. He's also a PhD holder on AI and computer engineering. Professor James has over 21 years experience on artificial intelligence, software engineering, wireless communication, computer system design, spectrum management, industrial optimization, signal processing research, and project management. Good morning, sir, and welcome to our show.
Thank you, and nice having me.
Sir,
I'm not a proponent of long introduction. I think you can stop there.
sir, you deserve it.
Thank you.
So, sir, what is AI general? Like, what is AI? What do you say is AI, and how can AI generally impact our education?
Yes, thank you once again for having me. The leadership family. It's nice being here. It's always a pleasure and equally a privilege to be here with the family. Um, AI is the adaptation of human intelligence into machines so that they could kind of replicate what humans can do. The human intelligence system, it has a function and equally a process which we call algorithm. It
Okay.
follows.
Okay.
Now, if these things can be observed, measured, quantified, and adapted into machine. So you get to see machine trying to replicate what humans can do, attending to issues, attending to problems with little or no human supervision. So AI is actually a paradigm which we use in actually uh, defining what humans can do, but you can see machines replicating them, all towards achieving optimization,
Okay.
so that systems can work much more better.
So, sir, what is the general impact of AI on our education system?
Yes, you see, truth be told, is it's a reality on ground now that we are gradually getting into the age of the machines, where machines actually take decision, do things for us, and equally solve problems for us. Most of the manual problems we engage ourselves in solving is no longer what it used to be. What we have today is we use machines to adopt the way humans can solve problems, and these machines will carry out some of these functions for us. But we as humans, we equally have a responsibility to actually moving from the point where these machines can work to, then we pick you up from there. Now, in the aspect and area of education, it is quite important to note that AI is becoming a veritable tool for us in the field of education, in the field of learning. It makes things easy. I just returned from India, where I went to attend the World Telecommunications Standardization Assembly. It's a hackathon. It's a hackathon it's a contest between top-notch researchers around the world and our team, the wireless research team, under the name of Tech Rangers from the Federal University of Technology, actually went there to showcase what they can do. And there we were able to develop a chatbot, an intelligent chatbot that could answer to problems in specific areas. Now, this is just about what you are used to using your ChatGPT. ChatGPT is generic, is general, where you use ChatGPT to solve general problem, to answer general questions. But now, getting to see the gaps in ChatGPT, we're able to use our own system to develop a, a function that could specifically solve your problem. And I think the contest We just finished and we came back, and the result is about to be announced, and the feelers we are getting is that we are coming out as winners. So these are all products of the background from education. Yes, we are using ChatGPT to, and what we are using that thing to do to answer your question is to solve a range of problems where you have gaps. People in rural areas that probably don't have access to education or access to um, information as at when you adopt when you download this uh, application, it will solve problem. Whatever question you ask, it will give you answers to them specifically. So we're using it to what bridge the barrier gap in sub-Saharan Africa. So these are all products of the education, let's say.
So, sir, in a situation whereby our younger generation are given a project and they go to ChatGPT to just prompt their question and upload it and copy and paste and submit it, and versus the person that go to internet source for his material, go to the library source for the material, and the person that use ChatGPT to and score higher than the other one. So let's say that is fair.
Good.
But to my own opinion, the other one did not do any research. Is artificial intelligence that write it for him, and the other one did his research.
Okay. Let me answer this question in two front. Yes, what we had before was, if you have problems, you go to any of these search engines, Mama.com, what do you call it, Google, and the
Google,
rest of
yeah,
them, and get materials. You
yes,
begin to read through these materials and see how much you can get answers to your questions, and try to put them together. So you probably need your personal inputs
yes,
to see how much you can bring them together, and by so doing, you equally get to learn from this material because
yes,
you've engaged yourself in going through them. But here we are today with this generative AI, which
yes.
is what the application we are ChatGPT for say. You get to see this in doing all the compilations for you and bringing you already completed write-up. Yes, you see, the truth be told again, that these things have limitations. If you take time to probe through these write-ups, you will discover that so many things are missing in these write-ups. And for so far, when it actually started, most lecturers never knew the implication of what this thing is all about. But later, we got to know that there are differences, there are ways of spotting out these things that are not actually real.
So let me cut you short there. What of now? There is another development whereby they create another artificial intelligence that, and once the ChatGPT have done your research for you, you take it back to that another intelligence. The intelligence will write it as a human form. So it's very difficult for the person to detect that this is artificial intelligence that write this text. So how do you conquer that aspect?
Okay, I think I know what you see, what you're talking about. Is another interface that is actually developed, well, after knowing fully well that the the machine has emotions
Yes.
or has its pattern of
Yes.
solving questions, and probably might not be aligned to the emotion of humans, or do not bring out the insight of humans.
Yes.
So you cannot bring some other additional overlay, call it overlay, to probably pick it from there and probably coin it the way humans will have responded for detecting such. We have them in school already, so that if you probably go that route, you're going to be picked up, and this thing comes with penalties. But what I'm even trying to bring out here is that this problem we're talking about is not applicable in all areas. Maybe it was most possibly applicable in just writing text, messages, and write-ups. But when it comes to developing maybe some scientific materials,
Yes.
your personal involvement, your expertise must equally come in, because the reality now is that, which we accept, the reality is that we are in the age of the machines. So machines must probably pick it from somewhere to probably reduce your stress. Yes, then you pick it up from there because your technicality has to come in to making this stuff work. Like I just said, we came from a competition here. I don't think there's any way I can ask ChatGPT to do that for me because I'm even trying to beat ChatGPT itself. So my personal know-how, intellectual know-how has to come in. So in all of this, what I'm saying is that there is a limit to which the so-called ChatGPT can actually come in. If you're going into very advanced functions, it probably begins to open up, and the the limits or the drawbacks of ChatGPT begins to show, or whatever, generative AI begin to show in specific problems. Take for example, if you have maybe a presidential speech to be written using the machine, and you just write it unedited, you didn't go through, and you just send it out that way. It's then you get to see the kind of problem because presidential speech is going to be read by millions of persons, hundreds of thousands of persons, and they begin to pitch problems, issues with. Sometimes when you talk, your tone, your feeling,
Your
your
emotions.
emotions have to come in. If they're not there, you begin to expose yourself that yes, this is not how humans talk. So they have their limits. To be frank with you, that is on one route. Then with regards the danger of our students
Yeah.
having to probably want to adopt machines to do their stuff.
Yes.
There are tools for getting that because as much as possible we want to promote originality. So these skills will be on them because if you probably allow that to go that way, they'll be lazy and the purpose of going to school will be defeated. So there are tools for detecting this and they are actually in use at the moment.
Professor, you talk about AI having limitation. So should we say that AI is not perfect?
There's never a time AI has
It's
been
not a perfect
perfect
development.
at all. There's never a time AI has been perfect. As much as you see AI being promoted and being this story told all around the globe, AI has limits, far limitations than human. The human brain is far more than machine. What you can do. The only problem is that the human intelligence is slow. But when it comes to the real intelligence, you give it to the human.
Okay.
To the human. But that is where the whole thing is all about. AI is about what you program it to do. So it has limits, it has bounds, and it's subject to whatever you give to it. So that's why, as AI enthusiasts that we are, we know that these systems are subjective and they are equally they are subject to whatever orders we're giving them because we know they have limits actually. But the fact is that the speed at which they operate is what is most amazing. Like humans, like let me give you an example. Do you know what it means? I mean, for the viewers listening to me who are in this field, who probably know something about computer vision,
Yeah.
if you probably have a crowd from a distance and you try to pick up somebody in the crowd as human, it will be easy for you to pick maybe a crowd of 6 or 7 or 10 and you're someone you know particularly in that crowd and you're trying to see if he's there. Once you get that face, you pick it. You know what it's going to be for machine is going to do a whole lot of processing to be able to pick
That's the
that
face.
person, and it's going to do it at even at very tremendous speed to pick that face, and even at that to classify it becomes a problem because the classification problem are sometimes give error, but you as human being just pick it up just once. So it shows how very intelligent we are as humans. But the AI thing is though a threat at some level, but not too much of a threat if we can control it the way it ought to be.
So talking about AI is about talking about AI. Can we say that AI is more than computer programming?
Okay, well, he's trying to, you're trying to kind of what do you call it? Decouple two things. Talking about AI on one ground, then talking about programming on one ground.
Yeah.
Most often AI, machine learning, deep learning, and this aspect of computational intelligence are all products of programming. So to be difficult to decouple them. And they are all product of programming because when you talk about AI, the artificial intelligence actually act on instructions that are actually written from programs, and is a program that actually is the output you see. And when you say, okay, this is AI, at the back end is the program that is actually working. So it's
So
difficult
you
to say
can
you are decoupling program from AI.
so at the end of the day you can say that it's still a human that is operating the
Fantastic,
system.
fantastic. Though it's a who is human, but it's a program written by probably who by human
Okay.
certainly. But when it's integrated into the machine, when it's integrated into the machine, then this machine becomes autonomous. But it's subject to the program. That is it. It's subject to the program.
First, do you think AI will ever replace human teachers or they'll act as an assistant?
It's already happening. Even I think in the next couple of 5, 6, 7, 10 years, it's AI that will probably be interviewing me, not you. But you, I'm not
So
saying
you are
you.
saying that AI is coming to take our job?
It's not going to take your job. Right now, you are going to pick up new skills to manage AIs that will be doing your job.
Skills like what, sir?
Yeah, yes. I think it's good we discussed that because of
Yeah.
this fear
Yes.
that AI is going to pick up our jobs. AI is going to do this. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. Everybody's scared of what AI can do. Yes. Of a truth, we need to be very, very realistic. And again, I'll say it again. We should be very, very conscious and to understand the reality of the time we are in now. That the machines are actually coming to pick up some of our responsibilities. But you see, we we certainly going to be we're going to upskill, scale up our level beyond what where we are today.
Yes.
You see, one thing there's something about globalization. Globalization. If you probably don't fit in into the global trend, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
When others are doing some other things and you feel maybe for some cultural reasons, religious reasons, you don't want to be part of it, then economically it's going to affect you. So that is what the problem we are in now. So whole lot of person. I think you must have heard of driverless cars driving themselves. I
Yes.
know in Nigeria, some person will tell you, God forbid, it's not possible. I cannot even try it.
I don't think I will meet, so I will try it.
Yes. But you see, the truth is that people not say mindful of the question you asked, but
Yeah.
just trying to digress a little.
Yes, sir.
The truth is that the driverless car of a chain you must have heard of is about boosting the economy of the company of the manufacturers, the car manufacturers, because you see all of this technology you see that has been integrated into system, the bottom line is about making money.
Yes.
Bottom line is how much you can make. So let's assume Mercedes Benz, Toyota, and some of these big time auto companies are actually picking up, adopting the use of AI. Now have driverless cars, vehicle to vehicle communication. Vehicle can now move on their own, communicate on with or without drivers. What happens to the bottom line is that they're going to get a new line of market
Okay.
where other customers will now buy into what they're doing. So what it therefore means is that economically they will be ahead of others, while others will still say no, we don't think it's necessary. But when people are going this direction too, but gradually you see other persons tend to want to copy them so as to equally benefit from what is happening, and you see everybody upskilling. So you cannot just stay behind and then see others moving. That's why that leads us to your question that the aspect of AI. Um, are we just going to be watching things happening and we just stay where we are? No, we are going to equally upskill, pick up some of these things they do, and probably regulate it to fit our system. That's why I like the Indians. Indians copy technology from the West, but they regulate it to fit their system. So we regulate to fit our system so as we can, so as to be able to meet up market demands and equally um be trendy worldwide. Because what is happening around the world is about it's all about competition.
Yeah.
You're optimizing your system so that it can give better results and at the end of the day, um, the success story will be heard that you're actually doing well, like other economic climes are enjoying at the moment.
So still on the topic of limitation, we know that AI is machine, and all machine they malfunction sometimes. So how do we come in when they malfunction?
Yeah.
Because everybody is adopting AI. The day that AI decide to let me put it, decide to disgrace you or your village family, your village people decided to that they have your time that day. How and at somebody like our brain need to be active all the time. So at somebody as someone
Sometimes
that have adapt
fatigue.
to AI and have relaxed your brain, and the day AI decide to disgrace you or malfunction, how do you pick up?
Okay, there are two examples I can cite just to add to what you said
Yeah.
or corroborate what you said. Two things. It's natural that when a system is stressed up
Yeah.
or is works beyond a particular threshold,
Yeah.
it certainly is bound to malfunction. It's not only humans, even machines
Yes.
bound to malfunction. That is one. Then two, there are the other aspect you didn't mention, even just to add to what you said,
Yeah.
where you have humans for the sake of malicious reasons want to use AI to perpetrate evil. So they want to come up with AI, develop AI robots that will just go and be killing people. I think there was one instance in the US. Somebody developed AI so I to go and kill neighbors
Wow.
and so on. So we have such. For the first one, which is AI, actually the system or the machine having to work beyond its limits and start malfunctioning. You see, the system is so done at the point of design. When you're designing the system, all of this will be captured, will be factored in. That when it gets to a particular limit, based on these variables, when these variables get to this particular limit, the machine should shut down.
Okay.
You understand? It shouldn't go beyond this capacity.
Okay.
So
So
this
so
is
you are saying in a way with the help, even though AI is good and is helpful, as humans we should not relax our brain. We should still read more and know about what you're asking the AI to act for you.
see the truth is that there's no way AI is going to pick up everything we do. That's why I said. That's why I said yourself. If AI maybe in the next 5 years happens to pick up your seat now, it's not as if you go and sleep. You go to a higher level where you'll be monitoring that machine. That means your brain will be much more at work than even now.
Advanced, okay.
Yes.
Thank. Lastly, sir. Lastly, professor, what will you say to the students that leverage on AI for assignment and projects, and for the teachers that use AI to generate notes?
That's a big one. The teachers to the AI to generate
Yes.
news. Okay. Two ways or two answers to that. One, it's a good thing that we now have AI assistants,
Yes.
but for the purpose of what? Making things available to you, making information available to you, and equally helping you to format it in a particular kind of pattern. So that is maybe a plus. Then you pick it up from there because you need to add more to it. So
Yes.
the initial assignment of probably having to dig in and arrange maybe has been done by AI. But you should understand that all of that the machine has given to you might not be all that is needed. So it's just a little um, material made available to you. When you read that and you have a full knowledge of where you're going, then you can now take up from there, pick up the challenge from there, and own what you are doing by getting more information because it has given you a direction. Let me just put it that way.
Yes.
It has given you a direction.
Yes.
So it's now for you. Because at the end of the day, we are going to be testing you, not AI.
Not the AI, yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
what is it you can do? What is it you can say? It's not AI that will be talking for you.
Yes.
What you do when you get AI, the material is you probably have a material,
Yeah.
and you just send.
Yeah.
But yourself, you are going to be examined.
Yes.
So at some point there might be
It's not
mismatch.
the AI that will do job
Yes, there might
interview
be,
for you.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So there might be mismatch, and that is when you get to see the whole thing is ridiculous. You only depend on machine. Machine is just to probably give you some initial leverage to understanding where you're going, then you pick it up from there, and you blow. So I think it's a win-win situation. It opens us up to understanding the subject matter, and we add more to it, and everybody will be the knowledge base will be very very big and thick.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
My
Okay,
pleasure.
that is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. Till next week. Be blessed. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership.